Raider Nation, it's your boy, Angry fucking Raider. And welcome to the Angry Raider Show. I'm your host, of course, Angry fucking Raider. And yeah, I don't got no Raider apparel on right now, but you know I'm a real Raider fan, so don't come at me. Don't come at me. Nah, but anyways, I thought I'd do a blog right quick because I promised y'all that I have my 5 draft picks for the 2018 Oakland Raiders. If I was the person in charge of picking the players, I have 5 candidates that I think that hey, what can I say? I feel like, they might be alright in the league, when they get there, A couple people y'all probably don't know of, a couple people y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all do. If y'all real football heads and really keep up with this shit, then you know where these players and who these players are, whatever. Yeah, I'm smoking a black. I reneged, Raider Nation. I was doing good, man. I reneged, but I had some shit come up, man. I ain't gonna make an excuse to say it baby smoke, but I just had to crave and I went back and smoked. So, any event, I'm gonna get my shit together, Raider Nation. Just bear with me. But anyways, man, these are my top 5 picks. How I did it was I basically went and looked at film on these guys, good and bad. I don't have no film to present to you all like some bloggers do, but like I told you, this is an organic channel. We just keep it real, raw, and uncut. No filler, no designs and effects and all that, which I ain't hating on none of the other bloggers, but this is how I rock over here on my channel. So you know what you're getting when you come this direction. But basically what I did, not to get off the point, is I basically looked at film on 5 prospects that I feel like if I was in position in a perfect world, these were the players I would get in this order. If you agree with it, tell me why. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you would switch it up. If you got some other players that you might think better than these players, put it in comments. That's how we do. We just sit up here and we just talk football, baby, because it's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen, Raider Nation. It's getting ready to happen. So basically, I went 1 through 5. I didn't go 1 through 7. I didn't go all the rounds because we got a lot of picks at the 6th, and we got a lot of picks at the 7th, and that's just too much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have enough time to really kind of like sit like some bloggers do and really go into depth with this, because some people, this is their livelihood. This is what they make bread off, which I ain't hating, but I don't resort to this for funds. But I like to blog. I love my nation. I love watching other people content. I love opinions. I love to disagree, so forth and so forth. But in any event, let's get right into it. So I explained to y'all how I did it. I looked at good and bad. I don't come with stats because I feel like stats are overrated to me, because what you did in college ain't gonna be what you did in high school. You could have been the #1 player in the nation in high school and came to college and been a bust and didn't produce as well as you did in high school. And just like when you come to the NFL, it's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like life, it's levels to this shit. You're not gonna be the same person. You're either gonna be better or worse or just breaking even. You feel me? So I didn't do stats because it's a lot of players in the collegiate leagues that got crazy stats that are better than the players that people are predicting to go first round. You know what I'm saying? 1 through 10 or whatever the case may be. But I pretty much looked at it when I looked at their film as, are they lazy? Do they hustle to the ball? Are they aggressive? You know what I'm saying? Do they, when the game is on the line, do they play to their full potential? If they getting blown out, do they still hustle and bustle? You know what I mean? I looked at all the shit that you really supposed to look at as a scout, not what these motherfuckers did, how many touchdowns they got and all this and all that. Because like I said, when you transition over to the NFL or to a higher level in life, shit switches. You gotta adjust accordingly. You know what I mean? It's not checkers, baby. This is chess. You feel me? So with that being said, I'm gonna go with my first pick. If I was the fucking GM or whoever does the picks for us, if I was him and I was the person picking the players in a perfect world and they fell in this order, this is the order I would pick. And now in the perfect world, we know that this is the way shit would be for me, but this ain't a perfect world, so I'm pretty sure this shit would have got rearranged and adjusting, and you would have to have a B, C, and D player to back up your A player if you didn't get your A player. You know what I mean? But we just gonna assume, hypothetically, that we got all A players. This shit fell to us, just fell to me, because this is my opinion, this is how I present it, fell to me accordingly. So, with further ado, let me hit this one time. Alright, cool. Not bad. With further ado, as we all know, my first round draft pick for 2018 at the number 10 slot would be, I got my notes here because I had to write shit down. I ain't got a good memory. Roquan Smith. And if I'm butchering their names, I apologize. You know what I mean? Excuse me. But first pick, Roquan Smith, linebacker, Georgia. I picked Roquan because, not because of what everybody's saying, just because of what I seen. He hustles. He fights to the end, whether they down, whether they blowing teams out. My man balls out. You know what I mean? They try to compare him and say he the next Ray Lewis. I don't know. I mean, I can't really say that because I got to see what he do in the league. But from what I see on tape, good and bad, the bad shit that I seen on tape is, sometimes he do take off plays. You know what I mean? But they like 50 yards down the field, plays like that. He ain't gonna catch that. You know what I mean? But a problem that I do have is it's kind of hard for him to shed blocks. You know what I mean? When the linemen get up on him, it's kind of hard for him to shake the shit. But other than that, my man balls, man. My man plays every down till the motherfucking whistle plays, and he's aggressive. And that's what I like. That's what we need as a linebacker. You know what I mean? Somebody who's aggressive, somebody who can read. He's very good, high IQ. He definitely flows to the ball like I would like a linebacker too. And with the right scheme and the right coaches behind him, I think you could have a great player in Roquan Smith. So I got him as my number 1 pick in the 2018 draft. For my second pick, switch it up a little bit. We went real heavy in free agency on defense. So I feel like offense, we need to address the 2 positions because I got another pick further down the line. But for my second pick, and this might shock some people, I got James Washington, wide receiver, Oklahoma State. Now, the reason why I picked James Washington, great in space. He's another Tyreek Hill by far. Great special teams player, good in space, great wide receiver. His route running ability, from what I've seen, is Oklahoma State pretty much just threw the bitch up and he just went and got it, just like Tyreek Hill. I don't think he's a real precise route runner, but with the right coaching and the right people behind him, I think he could form into a decent route runner. You know what I mean? He kind of reminds me, like I said, reminds me of a Tyreek Hill, just a very explosive person. You know what I mean? Somebody that can stretch the field, and we need that with us picking up Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson probably got about 2-3 years left in the tank, and it's pretty much done. You know what I mean? You're not going to get the Jordy Nelson of old, but you would get a more experienced Jordy Nelson, and I think that's why we brought him for experience. I don't think we brought him for numbers. I think we brought him for experience, and we need to draft a wide receiver to accommodate Amari Cooper when Jordy Nelson leaves, and I think that if you bring him in and you put him in the slot and let him run that, while you got Jordy Nelson as I'm assuming Jordy would be the 2 and Mario would be the 1, it would balance it out, and Jordy Nelson would definitely be a great addition for them young receivers. And I like James Washington, man. The boy balls. If you never seen him, never watched him play, go check him out. I don't know if he's going to make it past the first round, which people are predicting him to go high second, and we pretty much picking a high second round slot. So I'm assuming in a perfect world, he would fail to me in the second round. That's who I got. James Washington, wide receiver, Oklahoma State. Great athlete. If you don't know him, go check him out. Third pick, shake up the things a little bit. I got Hercules Mata'afa or whatever you pronounce the shit. Know the first name of Hercules. Defensive end, outside linebacker, Washington State. My man is a beast. Great energy, great rush, great tackling ability, plays to the whistle, don't give a fuck. He puts his head up in there, baby. He not fucking around. He bringing it. You know what I mean? I think he's Samoan. If I had to guess, I would think he's Samoan. You know, them Samoan motherfuckers, they ball, man. Ain't no injury, ain't no hurt today to them. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers, they ball. And only knock I have with him is when he comes to the league, he will not be a defensive end, which they had him at Washington State. I think that he'll be more of a Bruce Irvin upgrade, if you know what I mean, with a year in the NFL and a year behind the veteran, and they showing him the ropes, and Paul Gunther can, you know, gradually get him in the rotation. I think he'll be a great outside linebacker. Him and Roquan Smith, you got to have Roquan for run and be able to cover receivers, which he can do. You bring Hercules in, you put him on the outside, and you teach him. the outside techniques because, he's so used to going forward. I'm not saying I seen him drop back on in Washington State a couple times. He was pretty jive, all right, but I think he could use a little more, practice and a little more technique because, he did do a lot of going forward. But the man is a beast, man. When I look for people, I look for heart. I look for, energy. I look for, as you a team player, as you ball into the end, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel Hercules Mata'afa or Fahu is, man. He's a great player. If you've never seen him, never heard of him, go check him out. My man is a beast. Facts. So moving right along with the 4th pick, and I'm gonna jump back over here to the offense side of the ball. I got Anthony Miller, specialist, wide receiver, kick return, punt return, Memphis. My man is a beast. If you never heard of Anthony Miller, go check him out. He kind of remind me of James Washington, kind of the same caliber player, but I just think James Washington is more of a, I don't know. I can't really say he's more of this and more of that. I just know James Washington will go higher because of the productivity. If I had to grade them, they're pretty much equal, but I just think if you go wrong with James Washington in the 2nd round, you're going to definitely hit on Anthony Miller in the 4th round. You know what I mean? So that's why I picked 2 wide receivers because you got to have some type of balance. If one don't pan out, I'm pretty sure the other will. You know what I mean? And Anthony Miller is pretty much the same as James Washington, pretty much the same type of wide receiver. Anthony Miller is more of a slot. Washington played more of a number 1. So with that being said, I like Anthony Miller, man. If y'all haven't seen his tape, wide receiver Memphis, the kid be balling, man. He plays to the whistle, great downfield blocker. He's not selfish. Memphis is not a great college that produces a lot of great athletes. You know what I mean? They have over, I'm pretty sure over the years, but this kid is a sleeper, man. They predict him to go high 3rd. Middle 3rd, high 3rd. I got him going in the 4th. I think if you get him in the 4th, you get a steal. You know what I mean? So that's who I got in the 4th round is my man Anthony Miller, Memphis. My sleeper at the 5th pick. And to be honest with you, you know what I mean? The kid is a beast, man. I mean, by far, I've seen all the corners in the draft, and there's some great corners out there, man. But yeah, he plays for a small school. Yeah, his competition level ain't gonna be as great as those players' competition level. But to me, man, football is football. When you put on the pads, man, I mean, look at Jerry Rice, man. He came from what, Mississippi Valley State or some shit like that. Best receiver by far in the NFL to ever graced the gridiron. One of them. I ain't gonna say the best. I don't really say who's best and who's the greatest because it's too many different talent levels. The era of the game has changed, and you can't really put that type of label on somebody when you don't know what the fuck Jerry Rice would have did in this era of the game. He might have shined in this era of the game more than he shined in that era of the game because this is more of a passing tradition league now. But, with that being said, I'm going to go with 5th pick, Siran Neal. I guess I'm saying his name right. Defensive back, Jacksonville State. If you haven't seen the tape of him, and I brought him up a couple blogs ago, if you haven't seen the tape on him, yo, you're missing something. Excuse me, you're missing something. The boy, by far, by draft board, if I had to say anything, my man plays, baby. All of these people that I picked have played, and I like their good and bad, but my man right here, it just seemed like it's just in him. No matter what it is, man. When I tell you, you ain't never seen a defensive back hit, y'all thought Carl Joseph be flying around and smacking motherfuckers when he on his college tape. Check my man out. My man laid a boom, baby. And he comes up. He played corner. They put him in a rover technique. They put him in strong. Like, he's like a Palomalu, man, but just like, man, my man, I'm telling you, whoever get him and with the right coaching and the right scheme, man, my man probably going to be a steal, dog. A steal. If he go undrafted, I'll be shocked. And I think if he go undrafted, that's because nobody paid no fucking attention to him and just kind of, he flew under the radar. Me, I've been seeing him months ago. when I was, looking at prospects and seeing what was out there, because I like to look at the underdogs, because the underdogs seem to have more to prove. And yeah, some of the underdogs get to the league and they prove their point and they fall off, you know what I mean? But some people stick with the program, and I feel like this kid, by far, man, if he played at an elite college level, which I'm gonna say college is college, because college is good regardless of what level you play at. You play D3, D2, D1. Football is football, man. I done seen schools that are smaller, beat bigger schools, and we all seen that. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't matter. It's just all in the coaching, the scheme, and how prepared your football team is for that game. Yeah, that squad may have better athletes and more personnel, but if you got heart and you got the will to win, baby, that shit don't mean nothing. And I'm telling you, man, my boy Siran Neal, if I'm saying his name right, Jacksonville State defensive back. Google him, look him up. By far on my board, he's the sleeper. He's the chosen one. He's the jewel. He's the one that I feel could come in day one with the right scheme and do his thing. Definitely do his thing. Now, I've watched a lot of people draft pick predictions and who they would take and whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? But, looking at football and knowing football and understanding what I would be looking for as an NFL scout, if I was the person who was the main person to pick the players, these are the 5 people I would pick. Now, I didn't go 6 and 7 because I explained to y'all in the beginning that we have a lot of picks in the 6 and a lot of picks in the 7. I think we do got 2 picks in the 5th, but that's a lot of trying to look at tape. And I'm pretty sure I done missed some athletes that I don't know about that y'all gonna let me know about. I need to check out, you know what I'm saying, and examine and see what I think about them. But these 5 players, in a perfect world, if I could pick them, and they all fell to me in this order, I think this, by far, to me, my personal opinion, would be one of the best drafts Oakland has did in a long time, baby. I'm going to toot my own horn for this, because I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with none of these players. Even if, let's just say, Roquan Smith doesn't pan out, right? Okay, cool. But then you got the 6th and the 7th round where you can find you a jewel linebacker. You know what I mean? It don't necessarily, like, to me, the way New England sets their things up, and I hate them motherfuckers, but the strategy that they have is 4th to 7th round is where they find all their players. You know what I mean? And their system is built for, if you get a person, a players that got chips on their shoulders, got drafted late, nobody gave them a chance and a shot, you're going to get a player who wants to win, who wants to show the world that they fucked up. You understand? And to me, 1st and 2nd are just, you're picking off pure athleticism. You're not picking off the character of the player. I pick in the 1st and 2nd round, you know what I mean, off of the character of the player and what I think the player could bring to our team. Now, I ain't going to sit here and say some people don't look for that, but like I said, your 1st and 2nd pick are more mainly for most teams athleticism. His collegiate stats blew through the fucking roof, so you jumped on it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I hope we get some of these players, at least 2 of these players. We might not get all of them, you know what I mean? Because this ain't a perfect world, and the way it looks to me is like we look like we're doing a lot of trading to get a lot of picks in the later rounds. Like I was saying to you, how New England be trying to do, well, which they do. I ain't gonna say trying, but they do. Is you get better. To me, you get better athletes in those rounds. As far as football is about heart and the will to win. You know what I mean? You get you a fucking athlete off of stats in the beginning of the 1st or 2nd round. 9 out of 10, most of them don't pan out. You know what I mean? Some of them do, but most of them don't. You know what I mean? They get that check, get that money. You know what I mean? And it's downhill from there. Football is a politics thing. You know what I mean? It's about who can get what out of what. You know what I mean? It's a money. It's a business. You know what I mean? It's some people play for the sport, but most people play for the bread. And I ain't mad at that. If you got to support your family, you out here putting your life on the line, you can tear some shit up and injure yourself for the rest of your life. You can paralyze yourself. You know what I mean? So I get that. You know what I mean? I ain't hating that, but I just feel like, you know what I mean, if we can go back to the essence of things, some things, you know what I mean, and get the grit from these players that I feel like we could get, I think we'll be all right this year, Raider Nation, for real. I predict us, to go 10-6. You know what I mean? 10-6, maybe 11-5. It really all depends on how John Gruden come in and get people to buy in to his system, and what kind of system he's going to run. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to be a very tight end heavy type of offense. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he gonna do a lot of Marshawn Lynch up the gut type shit. But yeah, man. You know, I wouldn't even be mad if we drafted a quarterback later rounds. You know what I mean? Just to give. Just to give Derek Carr competition. You know, this competition, man. I think what we have lacked in the years that we've been down is coaching and competition. And everybody comes to fucking Oakland to get that money and just do nothing. You know what I mean? I think now this year you put a coach in for 10 years, which I don't think he'll coach the whole full 10 years. I mean, just hypothetically saying, I don't agree that he's going to coach the whole 10 years. He might do 5 of the 10. But I think that, you know, you give some type of stability and you let the players know, okay, we put a coach in place. This is going to be the coach for years to come, and we're going to see what we do. You know what I mean? We're going to give him all the power to make all the decisions, to bring in all his staff, and we rearrange this shit the best way we can. You know what I'm saying? To put us in the winning column. But, yeah, man, I think that, you know, with my draft board, man, I'm just saying, man, I think we might be all right. You know what I'm saying? I think we might be all right in a perfect world. You know what I mean? In a perfect world. But I told y'all I would get y'all some players, man, to look out for. You know, a couple of them you already know. Y'all might have a draft board that's different. You know, you might not agree with some of the players. You might agree, you know what I mean? But like I always say, this is the Angry Raiders show. We accept all criticism, good or bad. Put it in the bottom below. Let me know how you feel. Tell me what you think about the board. Tell me if you would go a different route, you know. Give me some players and maybe I should look out for, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? The floor is yours. You know what I mean? But anyways, it's your boy Angry. Let me touch on something right quick before I slide. I had a question about Khalil Mack, how I feel about that. Look, this is how I feel, man. The man been balling since he been in the league. He don't, like I told you, everything revolves around money. He's not getting a bonus for coming to work out, so he's not going to show up. You know what I mean? Do I agree with it? No, because I feel like you're a part of the nation, you're a part of the team. You know what I mean? You should be able to go in there and talk to the general manager, put on the table what you want, how much you're willing to accept, how much, you know what I mean, you want guaranteed or whatever the case may be, and still come on to the facility and practice with your brothers. You know what I mean? Because your brothers don't make those decisions. Your coaches don't make those decisions. Those are financial decisions made by the financial advisors and the people who do the books. You know what I mean? The players and the coaches have nothing to do with that. And I think that you hurt the team. You show the young people or people coming in like, damn, you know what I mean? It's really about the money, which I understand. You know, you want to have guarantee because if you get injured or something happen, you want to be able to take care of your family for a dangerous sport that you're playing. I get all of that, and I respect that. But this is just practice, bro. You can get injured in practice, true, but I'm just saying, like, this is weightlifting. Anybody telling you to go in here and be Hercules and fucking lift the whole gym up, you know what I mean? We just telling you to participate. You know, Marshawn Lynch took a pay cut and participate. That shows me dedication. That shows me he's not fucking around this year. You know what I mean? When he could have just said, fuck it, hung it up, and just went on about his fucking business, you know what I mean? But he's showing interest, he's showing dedication, and that says a lot to me. And I'm not saying Khalil Mack ain't dedicated to the Raiders and he's not a great player. He don't show interest. I'm just saying, my brother, if you listen to this, if you check my blogs out, which you probably don't, but if you do, come on, man. Come on to practice, man. You know what I mean? You'll get that money. Guarantee you'll get that money. No question. You'll get that money because you're not going to get the money this year any fucking way. You know what I mean? The money pool won't kick in into next year. You know what I mean? I understand you want the guarantee behind it, but I'm just saying, this is just warm-ups. This ain't, you know what I mean? This ain't like, yo, OTAs is mandatory camp. You go out here, you got pads on, y'all hitting, you running around, anything possible. But this just, you know, anything could happen even on this type of level where you just going in, just doing a little workout. Anything could happen. I get it, but I'm just saying, you know what you can do and what you need not to do to put yourself in harm's way. You understand? So that's my thought on that. But Khalil Mack, I ain't worried about. He will be a Raider for life. You know what I mean? I just feel like that. I feel like next year they pretty much Oakland's trying to find out who they gonna cut, who they gonna let go. Because you gotta save money for the people you're drafting too now. You understand what I'm saying? You just can't. I think we ain't got about like $3 million. You're trying to negotiate some shit with LeVar Bowman and shit like that. So I mean, come on, practice, bro. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, this your boy Angry Fucking Raiders. That's my draft board. That's who I like. That's who I would pick in a perfect world. Like I said, if you got anything to say, any critiques, whatever, I'm all open for it. Put it at the bottom. We'll get to it. Thought I'd give y'all a video, show y'all some love today. I hope y'all had a great day. Like I said, it's your boy Angry Fucking Raider. You already know our slogan. Raiders, Raiders. Y'all be safe out there. I see y'all after the draft and let y'all know my thoughts on that. Peace.